walked into the gleaming lobby of Sterling Corp, his heart pounding with anticipation and pride. This was the moment he'd dreamed about for years, the culmination of late nights, hard work, and sacrifices that only he truly understood. He felt like he'd finally made it, like all the doors that once seemed closed were now opening just for him. The suit was sharp, the tie perfect. He was ready for the big leagues. Every detail was intentional, a silent message that he belonged here as much as anyone else. He expected high fives and a welcome lunch, maybe even a few jokes to break the ice. He pictured himself being ushered into the team, laughter echoing through the halls. Instead, the welcome was quiet, uncomfortably so. People smiled, but the smiles didn't reach their eyes. Their faces were polite masks, hiding something he couldn't quite name. It was like walking into a party where the music stops as you enter. Conversations paused, eyes flickered, and Malik felt the weight of being noticed for all the wrong reasons. He was shown to his desk, wedged between two people suddenly very busy, their attention glued to their screens as if he might disappear if ignored long enough. The office manager, Carol, gave him a quick tour, her words efficient and practiced, as if she'd done this 100 times before. In the kitchen, chatter faded as he entered. The room, once lively, fell into an awkward silence, the kind that makes you hyper-aware of every move you make. Someone offered coffee, but conversation died. The gesture felt obligatory, not warm. A ritual, not a welcome. Malik smiled. "Thanks, I appreciate it." Feeling like an exhibit. The new black employee. He could sense the curiosity, the silent questions hanging in the air. Everyone was polite, but distant. Their words were careful, their greetings formal, as if afraid to say the wrong thing. No one asked about him. No one wanted to know his story, his journey, or what he hoped to bring to the team. The silence was louder than any insult. It pressed in on him, making the room feel colder, emptier. He spent the day looking busy, reading the company handbook 3 times, pretending to absorb every policy while his mind raced with questions and doubts. His manager, David, stopped by late. "Settling in okay, Malik?" Already glancing at his watch, his tone friendly but distracted, as if Malik was just another box to check off. Malik nodded. "Yes, sir. Looking forward to getting started." He forced a smile, determined not to show any disappointment. He knew the first rule. Don't make waves. Don't give anyone a reason to question why you're here. Be agreeable. Be easy. Blend in, even if it means shrinking yourself to fit. Be anything but a problem. That's how you survive, at least at first. As he packed up, he overheard, "A diversity hire, you think?" The words were whispered, but they echoed loudly in his mind. The words hit like a punch. All his achievements, his hard work, reduced to a label. His presence was being questioned, his journey erased. The pride he felt that morning now felt naive, almost foolish. He walked out, the excitement gone, replaced by a heavy, cold feeling that settled deep in his chest. The journey ahead was going to be much harder than he thought, but as he stood outside, Malik promised himself he wouldn't let this be the end of his story. He would find a way to belong, no matter how long it took. The days that followed were a masterclass in subtle racism, 1,000 tiny cuts. In meetings, Malik's ideas were ignored, only to be praised when repeated by others. "You're so articulate," a colleague said, as if surprised. Someone asked if he'd ever been to Africa, assuming it was his ancestral home. He learned to smile and nod, absorbing the cuts and moving on. He was mistaken for other black men, even asked to fetch coffee by a senior executive. Malik pointed to his ID. "Sorry, I don't work for catering." The exclusion stung most. Never invited to after-work drinks or weekend golf games. Surrounded by people, he felt completely alone. A ghost in the corporate machine. The constant microaggressions took a toll. Malik began to second-guess himself, replaying every meeting in his head. He was doing 2 jobs, his own, and managing everyone's perceptions. The temptation to quit was real, but he remembered his parents' sacrifices. He thought about those who would come after him. Quitting wasn't an option. He let his work speak for itself, First in, last out, flawless reports, sharp presentations. When ignored, he followed up with emails, creating a paper trail. He refused to be the angry black man. He'd be the most competent, reliable person in the department. Malik was playing the long game. Change was slow, almost imperceptible at first, but Malik's unwavering dedication was impossible to ignore. Day after day, he put in the extra hours, quietly refining reports and double-checking every number, making sure nothing slipped through the cracks. His sharp analysis uncovered a key market segment that no one else had noticed, boosting engagement and opening new opportunities for the team. Suddenly, his insights were driving real results. "Maybe we should ask Malik. He's good with numbers," someone suggested in a meeting, and for the first time, heads nodded in agreement. Malik's reputation was growing. Sarah, who had once kept her distance, now found herself struggling with a difficult client and a looming deadline. Malik noticed her stress and stayed late to help her, patiently walking her through the numbers and brainstorming solutions long after everyone else had left. Together, they created a winning pitch that impressed the client and the entire team, earning praise from their manager. Sarah thanked him in front of the team, her gratitude genuine. Respect for Malik grew, not just for his skills, but for his willingness to help others succeed. Conversations in the kitchen didn't stop when he walked in anymore. Instead, people welcomed him, inviting him into their circles. Tom discovered they both loved basketball. Suddenly, they had real conversations, sharing laughs and stories over coffee breaks. Malik's relentless excellence and quiet professionalism worked wonders. He led by example, inspiring others to raise their game. He wasn't loud or demanding. He simply did his job better than anyone else, letting his results speak for themselves. Invitations started coming, first hesitant, then natural, as colleagues realized they genuinely enjoyed his company. The tiny cuts and awkward silences became less frequent, replaced by friendly banter and mutual respect. Malik was no longer just a diversity hire. He was a valued teammate, a trusted friend, and a driving force behind the team's success. The ship was turning, and Malik was at the helm. The real turning point was the Phoenix Project, a disaster no one wanted, but one that would ultimately change everything for the team. The office was tense. Layoffs were rumored. Whispers filled the air, and every email notification made hearts race. People worried about their futures, unsure if tomorrow would bring a pink slip or another chance. In a crisis meeting, Malik stood up. "I have an idea," he said, his voice steady despite the uncertainty swirling around him. He laid out a bold, data-driven plan he'd developed on his own time, working late nights after everyone else had gone home. His proposal was clear, practical, and full of hope. The room was speechless. David, the manager, broke the silence. "It's yours. Lead it." For a moment, everyone realized this was Malik's moment to shine. Malik picked the best team, including Sarah and Tom, people he knew would challenge him and bring out the best in each other. He led with quiet confidence, listening to every idea and giving credit where it was due. Malik made sure every voice was heard, building trust and unity. The team felt a renewed sense of purpose. Small victories along the way boosted morale, and for the first time in months, hope returned to the office. The result? Stunning success. The client not only stayed, but increased their budget, impressed by the team's turnaround and Malik's leadership. At the victory party, David toasted, "To Malik, he showed us what true leadership looks like." The applause was genuine, echoing through the room as everyone celebrated together. Malik wasn't just the black employee or a diversity hire. He was the guy who saved the company's biggest account, and everyone knew it. He earned their respect, not with words, but with action. His dedication and integrity spoke louder than any speech ever could. The office dynamic shifted. Malik was at the center, inspiring others to step up and believe in themselves. He had proven himself beyond any doubt, becoming a role model for others who once felt overlooked. The journey from outsider to leader was complete. Malik had arrived, and the entire company was better for it. After Phoenix, Malik was no longer on the outside. He was promoted to senior strategist, a move met with universal approval. New employees, especially minorities, sought his advice. He told them, "It won't always be easy. Focus on your work. Be undeniable. Know your worth." Malik built the community he wished he'd had. Even David, his manager, admitted, "You've taught me a lot about my own blind spots." Malik's presence reshaped the office into a more inclusive, merit-based environment. Laughter and collaboration felt genuine. He was no longer fighting for a seat. He was helping build a bigger, more welcoming table. Malik found his place by being true to himself. Malik's story is a lesson in patience, professionalism, and the power of excellence. He fought bias not with anger, but with competence and kindness. His journey shows you can build a career so bright it shatters every box. True progress means creating environments where every voice is heard and talent is celebrated. Diversity isn't a box to check, it's a strategic advantage. Teams with different backgrounds are more creative and resilient. Malik's journey is a blueprint for a better, more equitable future. In the end, only the quality of your work and the content of your character should matter.